All right, let's go ahead and open up the doors. It is straight up 12 here in the Pacific time zone, which is 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central, and 3 o'clock Eastern time. And if you are in Hawaii, it is 9 a.m. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. If you're in South Africa, I think it's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Well, we just want to welcome everybody around the world to Daily with Doc. Now, this program is being sponsored by Daily with Doc, which is a group of certified holistic health coaches and sports nutrition consultants who have come together because they believe that one, there's 4 areas of health. 2, they're all affected by nutrition. 3, poor health results of nutritional deficiencies. And 5, we have a solution to help people find a better journey to not just health, because health could be good health, bad health, but actually wellness, and that is holistic wellness, folks. So if you were invited by somebody specific, make sure that you get back to them with any questions and let them know what you liked or appreciated best about today's program. Whether you're watching it live or a replay does not matter. Make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is nobody to thank, I do have a call team here for the Daily with Doc show that is available at 855-949-3377. Again, that's for people who have never spoken to anybody about longevity, Dr. Wallach, or the 90 essential nutrients, or have never tried the products. You are invited to call 855-949-3377. And if you are a current customer and you would like to place an order on our website, and this is if you know your ID number, on our website, we do have a store with checkout where you log in as yourself so that you can keep all of your order history together as well. But most importantly, folks, we want to make sure that you are armed with the tools of knowledge. And that's what this program is all about, is to give you information that you can use in making decisions.
Mute.
Doc, got it. I saw ya. So somebody accidentally muted me. It happens. It's no big deal. It's all good. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, I am excited, folks, to be able to bring to you most Mondays through Fridays encouraging information that's not just encouraging, but it's also hope for many that have been told that there's nothing else that anybody can do but put you on more and more drugs. But also, yeah, it was hope for me. Definitely gave me hope, and knowing that I was not stuck on that poor health journey that kept getting worse and worse. So folks, listen up. You can take notes. We're going to find the replay on all of our channels. So we are streaming or running our shows on Rumble and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Radio Public, Amazon Music and Podcasts, and Pocket Casts. And I think there's a couple more that are not listed on my little list here. But folks, wherever you are and you're listening, if there's an option to send us a message or a comment, please let us know that you are there. And also let us know what you like best about what we are providing. So if you have any questions, again, get back with the person that shared this program with you. So we have people out here on YouTube. I want to say happy birthday to Paul B. Welcome. I have people that are already putting in questions. And folks, if you're live here with us in the Zoom, oh, I don't want to forget. I want to say hello to all of our radio listeners also, as we have Mr. Dave Michaels with KSCO on with us. recordings so that he can continue the broadcast there on KSCO and KOMY. So thank you, Dave, for all that you do as well in continuing the message on the airwaves. And I know, and I've seen that we're actually being broadcast and shared in other places also. So if you're one of those people that is sharing the message, thank you for doing your part in serving humanity and making sure that they get the message also. So without further ado, it is my great honor and privilege to bring to you one of the founding fathers of the science of epigenetics, which is the science that gave me hope that I'm most interested in now. He is also, well, man, the science of epigenetics, all of the research that he has done over 50 years with almost 30,000 autopsies, whether he was doing the autopsies himself or reviewing all the information and taking that information and putting into all of those dots where you're connecting the dots. Okay, this is going on, this is missing, this is going on, there's too much of this. Well, he's done that for us, folks. Dr. Joel Wallach has a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. He started out as a doctor of veterinary medicine. Through that, he got 3 postdoctorates in pathology, both in the animal world and human world. And then he went on to be a naturopathic physician so that he could actually treat humans also. So it is my great honor and privilege again to welcome Dr. Joel Wallach to Daily with Doc. Welcome, Dr. Wallach.
Well, thank you for the kind introduction, Becca, and thank you for the entire team for being here. We appreciate all of the various groups that come on, and we're family. Today, I want to talk about the beginning of humanity. Let's go back beyond 3 million years, somewhere between 3 and 10 million years ago, okay? And what did people know about nutrition? They didn't know anything about nutrition. They just know they were hungry, they wanted to eat something, okay? And what they did was they did something very spectacular for 3,000 years. They went for 3,000 years. What, excuse me, what they did was take the, excuse me, swallowed wrong. Oh, there we go. Pardon me. Okay. So anyway, I want to go back beyond 3,000 years ago. And from 3,000 years ago until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled the switch on electricity, every human being on Earth had access to all the same nutritional minerals. Now, how did that happen? Well, they used fire for heat, they used fire for cooking, they used fire for defense. And 3,000 years ago plus, they knew that there was the land flowing with milk and honey. There were places that had milk in it. Now, it wasn't cow's milk or goat's milk. It was actually glacial milk. The glaciers grinding up the rocks. The rock dust looked white. Got into the streams and creeks and made the creeks and streams look white, so they thought it was milk. 3,000 years ago, they didn't have the capacity of doing analyses. So what they did was they put for spices, for fertilizer into little gardens and also fields. They would put the wood ashes and coal ashes from their fires into their food as a spice and into the gardens and fields. They knew that when they put the wood ashes and coal ashes into their food and their fields and their gardens, they got more tomatoes, they got more onions, they got more peppers, they got more fruits and vegetables, okay, more carrots, more beans. And they related it directly to putting the wood ashes and coal ashes, you know, even from the stoves, and later on when they developed stoves and fireplaces and so on, they were saving the ashes and putting them in the places where they grew food. Okay. Now, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, okay, Thomas Edison pulled the switch, and Within 18 years, less than 20 years, the entire world switched from wood and coal as fuel to electricity. Now, don't get me wrong, there's good things about electricity, but it has cheated us out of our source of nutritional minerals when we switched to electricity. Because when it came along, when the switch came along, the doctor said, oh, don't waste your time and money on taking any vitamins and minerals. Just eat well, you get everything you need. It was a million miles off from the truth. You cannot get everything you need just by eating well. Plants only need 3 minerals. They don't make minerals. We need 60 minerals. We don't make them. And so you have to consciously, proactively put them in your food, put them in your mouth, put them in your drinks. You can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. You can eliminate an enormous amount of unnecessary misery. You can save a lot of money, okay, by making sure you're getting all these nutrients. And this is when we came up with the book, Hell's Kitchen. The book, Hell's Kitchen, okay, goes into the history of, there you go, thank you, goes into the history of the trail of nutritional minerals. And it was really, really an amazing flip of the switch. And everything went down the tube health-wise. Within 18 to 20 years, we had 50 new diseases nobody had ever seen before. They were just simple nutritional deficiency diseases. And we knew that there are places on Earth where people live longer. Those were the places they called the land flowing with milk and honey. And the milk, of course, was glacial milk. Chapter 10 of the book, Rare Herbs and Cures, is entitled Glacial Milk. We actually have analyses of these glacial milks. I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 of them, whatever it is. So you see there's a big difference between them. They're not all the same. It depends on what the actual minerals in the mountains were, okay? So if they had 3 minerals in the mountains, that's what was in your glacial milk. If they had 20 different minerals on the mountain, that's what their glacial, that's what the land flowing milk and honey had. Well, the ones that came from the Garden of Eden, they had a lot. You look at Noah, he lived to be 200, excuse me, not 200, he lived to be 950. Okay. Adam lived to be 930, Methuselah lived to be 969, and hundreds of them lived to be 800, 700, 600, 500, because they're getting these nutrients. And in the Old Bible, which came out 3,000 years ago, the Old Testament, there's 21, there are still, even the modern versions, there's 21 stories. Some of them are 2 paragraphs long, some of them are 2 pages long, talking about the people who lived a long time, were disease-free when they lived in the land flowing with milk and honey. And then there's 100 mentions of the people who were disease-free and lived long, who lived in the land flowing with milk and honey. So this is unimpeachable. They knew something was going on back in those days, 3,000 years ago. Our doctors are ignorant of this. Our doctors are ignorant of this. Most of their treatments, with the exception of antibiotics, most of their treatments treat symptoms, pain relief, swelling relief, sleep aids, that sort of stuff, actually help you with joint pain and so forth. When you take something for joint pain, it doesn't cure arthritis, okay, but it gives you pain relief. And you'll actually make the arthritis get worse faster because you don't feel the pain, so you're walking on it, running on it, lifting on it, and so forth. So the medical system is designed all over the world to relieve symptoms. Okay, and when they came out with antibiotics, it was a big event because it could kill the viruses, bacteria, fungus, and yeast. Not all of them, but I liked our colloidal silver, which goes back thousands of years ago. In the Old Testament, they talked about colloidal silver. Okay, and the colloidal silver will kill viruses, bacteria, fungus, and yeast. There's no alcohol in it. It doesn't burn. You can put it on open wounds. You can put it on baby's eyes. It won't burn. Okay, so these are all the things that are going on. Well, this book, Hell's Kitchen, gives you the exact dates. They started coming out with all these electrical tools. Now, hundreds of years ago, when somebody came out with a new tool of some kind, it might take 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, maybe never, to get to other countries. Once we came out with these ships that get in the ocean and go from one place to another in a couple of months, these tools began to move around quickly, okay? And of course, the tools that doctors like are pain relief. Well, there's nothing wrong with pain relief. but pain relief should go along with problem relief. Okay. And so this book, Hell's Kitchen, tells a story, inch by inch, story by story, nutrient by nutrient. It'll blow your mind once you know the information in this book. Okay. And so it's one of my favorites. Of course, the book Epigenetics, which Becca's already told you about. Okay. And epigenetics is a summary of my thesis, which is in the Smithsonian Institute on 20,000 autopsies. It was a $21 million grant from NIH. Okay, that we got when I had a deal with 500 sheep dying in one night. They were 6 months old. We're going to send, not we, but the people who owned them, we're going to send them to be sheared within a couple of weeks. It was December 1963, and they're okay on one day. The next day, they're all dead, 500 of them. And they're going to send them to be slaughtered at the next year, you know, in a month and a half or so. But they're all dead the next day. Very quickly, I determined that it was because of all the fertilizer, the nitrate fertilizer from the adjoining farms, and the excesses of fertilizer going into the ponds that all these sheep were drinking the water from. And so they were getting water for 6 months. It was poisoned with excess fertilizer, nitrates, which actually killed their thyroid glands. So when the temperature dropped from in the 40s and 50s over a period of months to 16 on that night before they all died that night from hypothermia. Okay, because their thyroids were dead and they couldn't maintain their body temperature. I figured that out. I was only 23 years old at the time. I got it published. Marlon Perkins from the old Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom show. He had some relationship with Washington University in St. Louis. They applied for the grant using my article. The article got published in 1965. And they got the grant about the same time from NIH. And they called me back from Africa because when I graduated veterinary school, Marlon Perkins sent me to Africa that was one of my first postdoctoral fellowships, because having all these animals, including white rhino, black rhino, elephants, all these antelope and everything are dying in this one place. And let's see here, Keyshawn and these various animal preserves, okay? And it's one of those things where it was just mind-blowing. So I figured it out, got it published. It was my first book, Rhino Express. The first publication was, I sent it in with a note about how terrible that intoxication was. But the editors of the journal, the Journal of American Veterinary Medicine, okay, they didn't like my title, so they just turned it to Hypothyroidism in Feeder Lambs, kind of a ho-hum title, okay? That was, yeah, Rhino Express, that's my first book. And it goes into my first multi-million-dollar pathology project, because I'd spent all those years in working my way through veterinary school in the pathology department. So Marlon Perkins had me go out there to work on find out why all these animals were dying. Figured it out. They didn't have enough minerals. And so we set it up. And today, back then, there's 350 white rhino. Today, there's 21,000 because we put in wells, we put in water sources, we grew hay all over the place for them. And so we got it done. We're very proud of that. Thank you, Becca. Okay, so we went through longevity. We have 3,000 products. We do 600 different diseases, 3,000 products, 600 different diseases. And there's no reason why you can't add 25 to 50 healthful years to your life. There's no reason why you can't have your family add these 20 to 50 healthful years to their lives, okay? And it's simple. Avoid the bad stuff and supplement with the good stuff. Well, my doctor said I can get everything I need just by eating well. That's not true. Plants only need 3 minerals. They don't make minerals. And 2/3 of your 90 essential nutrients are minerals. Very important, obviously. So that's why this book, Hell's Kitchen, okay, and epigenetics and rare herbs and cures are so important for your survival, for the survival of humanity, and for the survival of our great country and our associate countries. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca. And
All right. Thank you, Dr. Wallach, for that introduction. And folks, you can find Dr. Wallach's books at drjwallach.com. That is drjwallach.com is where you can find Dr. Wallach's books. And folks, if you've got questions, if you could please put them to everybody within the Zoom room. If you hear Zoom, as things are coming through, they come through very quickly, so I might miss it if it comes directly to me. But we have several hands that are up, Dr. Wallach, plus there's questions out on the different platforms. So let's go to the first question, or the first hand that is up here in the Zoom room, and that is from Aaron. Aaron, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm just following up from, my gosh, I guess it's been a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'd asked about weight loss and still having trouble. Nothing's budging, even on the keto cubes and taking the 90 for life and all of the keto supplements, and still nothing's budging. So it's weird.
Okay, how much you weigh?
226.
How tall are you, sir?
5'8".
226, 5'8". Okay. All right. Well, basically, there's several things you got to do. Number one, get rid of the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, because they have a lot of chemicals in there. And then absolutely no oils, no cooking oils, no salad dressings. Use yogurt or lemon juice, okay, for salad dressings. And then no gluten, no wheat, no butter, rye, and oats, because gluten prevents the absorption of nutrition. You can take 10 pounds of vitamins a day, but if you're eating gluten, you're not absorbing any of it. It's all going into the septic tank. If you live in a house where other people eat gluten, you're getting cross-contaminated in the laundry and the beds and the couches and chairs and all that kind of stuff. Sure. Then you need to do things that actually support healthy body weight. Okay, you got to make your liver happy, you got to make your heart happy, you got to make your muscles happy, you got to make your bones happy, your immune system happy. So at 228 pounds, you need 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I only weigh 142 and I do that. Take a full dose of everything twice a day. Then you want to take 2 bottles a month of our MSM, take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time, and they're designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone mixed bone itself, and including it supports the immune system, helps you make red blood cells, white blood cells, and go out and kill bad things, including viruses and cancer cells and so forth. It actually helps make your immune system okay through your bone marrow, platelets, red blood cells, white blood cells, that kind of stuff. Okay. Then I also want you to use, we have a new weight loss product. It's called Fit Shake, F-I-T, Fit Shake. Okay. We're just about at the end of our, what's the original shake, Becca?
Yeah, so we're closing out the keto shake. We're moving into the Fit Shake, which is an amazing shake, Dr. Wallach. Tastes great. It also has extra beef or bone broth in it that helps with joints, the bones and everything, the joints.
Okay, good. Okay, so the Fit Shake, okay, it's a meal replacer. It's not to add to meal. Same way if you still have a lot of keto shakes on hand, it's not to add to a meal. It's a meal replacer. A keto shake is a meal replacer. A Fit Shake is a meal replacer. Okay. Yep. And 1 meal a day, then it shouldn't be any more than that. And you should lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day.
That's
so
what I've been
check around the house. Check what kind of work do you do?
I've been doing that for the past month and it hasn't budged at all.
No. What kind of work do you do?
I work from home, so I'm able to exercise at least 1 hour to 2 hours a day. Get plenty of fresh air and sunshine, and keep the stress under control. So that's
okay. Well, sounds you may have an absorption problem, so I'll throw into your program our ultimate enzymes. Our ultimate enzymes. Go ahead and take 2 or 3 of those. I take 2 or 3 before each meal. Ultimate enzymes, and will help you absorb stuff. Okay, and you need to be able to absorb the Fit Shake and the keto shake to lose the weight, a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And there's always a reason. If you're not losing a half a pound or 2 pounds a day, there's a reason.
Yep.
Okay. And so you need to sit down, look around the house. If you're working from home, read the label on the dog food. You know, I'm just giving you some suggestions there. There's bound to be some reason why you're not absorbing. Okay,
I'm not
because
sure. I'm taking that I-26
if you're
too.
absorbing the nutrients and if you're absorbing the keto shake and the fit shake, you are going to lose weight. It's impossible to not lose weight. So there's a reason why. And just
Yeah,
remember, your intestines have to be in good shape. They need to look like a shag rug with all the villi. Okay. And when you have gluten or buckwheat with the phagopyrines and gluten and wheat, bran, and oats, it kills those villi. So instead of looking like a shag rug, your intestine will look like a what? Oh, a plastic tube.
Yep.
And so we got to get away from that. And it shouldn't take longer
sure.
than a week to 2 weeks. And you've been on this for what, a month?
Well, I've been gluten-free for 5 years, not even in my house. I've got air purification in my house. And I've been on the keto program for over a month now, 5 weeks, strictly on the keto cubes. So it's 2 shakes a day.
And you make sure that you're getting your fluids.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm getting over a gallon a day.
All right.
Okay, well, double check everything and call us back after you find something, because you'll find something. There's a reason why it's not happening. Okay, do you have people coming in from the outside, or do you just do over the telephone and it's all?
Nope, everything's pure and clean in my house.
Electronics. Okay, good. Okay, well, let's keep in touch on a weekly basis and we'll walk you through this. We'll make it happen for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. And Dr. Wallach, let's go to the next question. And we have Michelle, who is asking on behalf of her sister-in-law's father's son-in-law. So Rick is 53 years old, 6 foot 2 inches, 145 pounds. He has element toxicity of tungsten, potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, boron, strontium, iron, chromium, causing failure of the nervous system.
Okay, stop there a minute. You're saying he has toxic levels of all those minerals?
Yes, element toxicity of all those nutrients. Says symptoms are the nerve damage, both myelin and is it axons?
Axons are the nerve.
Okay. There's loss of motor control and weight since January of 2023. He has periodic symptoms, or there were periodic symptoms prior to the 2023. A paralyzed front, neck down, unable to feed himself, and
okay,
he has a trach now.
I need to ask you a question. How did he determine that he was to have toxic levels of all those minerals?
I don't have that information in the chat here, but let me see if I can get Michelle to come on with me. Michelle, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm here.
Dr. Wallach.
So it was a naturopathic doctor that did an analysis. His symptoms, he said, were
Okay, stop. Stop.
Okay.
Did he do a hair analysis? Did he put his hand on the guy's head and hum? How did he
hair analysis and hair analysis and urine analysis.
Okay. All right. And if he has high levels of all these nutrients, okay, that means his liver's not working, his kidney's not working, okay, his skin's not working. There's something deeper going on there, okay? And so we need a diagnosis. Does he have any liver disease or heart disease or skin
all
disease?
Of the above.
I'm sorry, all of the above.
All of the above.
All of the above, okay. All right. This means he has an absorption problem for nutrients, and his body's overcompensating, and so he's retaining nutrients, okay, but they got to come from somewhere. Okay, does he live near a coal mine? Does he use coal for fuel in the house? I mean, what's going on here? Where's he getting all these minerals?
He was living in Clayton, and they have a horrible water supply, Clayton, California.
Okay, so they have a contaminated water supply.
Yep.
Okay, well, the first thing he needs to do is get away from the contaminated water supply. He can't take showers, he can't take baths, he can't drink it with it, he can't cook with it. He's got to move out or get some kind
He did.
Okay, good.
He did. He moved to Belmont. Yeah.
Okay. Then, let's see here. What does this guy weigh? You said
Only
140
145.
Yeah, okay, 145 pounds.
In January, he was 130. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we need him again to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, brown oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. You know, the diet one's got to go and carbonated water's got to go. And then I'd have him take the detox, okay, our detox program. And it starts out with the herbal rainforest, okay. Start him out there. And then after 2 weeks on the herbal rainforest, I want him to start on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, the full dose of everything twice a day. But for 2 weeks, I just want him on the herbal rainforest and follow the directions on the bottle. Okay, at his body weight, 145. Yeah. What would you give him, Rebecca? An ounce twice a day, or what?
I would probably start with an ounce twice a day. Yes, Dr. Wallach, and on an empty stomach, so it's not competing with food and trying to work through the food that's already there.
Okay, so give us a call back every couple of weeks and let us know how he's doing.
Okay.
And of course, we need to have, I'd say, have another hair analysis after about 6 weeks of being on the herbal rainforest. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Now, Dr. Wallach, let's go ahead and move right over to the next hand that is up. And Janet, if you could unmute, please. You're on live with Dr. Wallach. Janet, are you available? Can you unmute? All right, let's move over to Paul. Paul, go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. How are you?
Okay, sir. How can we help you?
It's my 40th birthday, by the way, today. I wanted to just thank you so much. 2 quick questions. This one follow-up. This is a follow-up for my postal guy, Johnny. Johnny has basically been on these products. The ultimate. No. It's the healthy digestion pack with the ultimate enzymes and flora effects. He has been doing a lot better now with his digesting of this food, especially those that are spicy. But every once in a while, he'll have a stomach ache every now and again, even though he has not been eating gluten.
Okay, he has also given, in addition to giving up gluten, he also has to give up buckwheat. Okay, and then it's good he's taken the nutrition, okay, and it wouldn't hurt for him to get a hair analysis, find out what's going on there, so we know if he's got toxic metals in him like lead and mercury. I mean, we don't know what kind of work he does and all that kind of stuff, so he needs to get a hair analysis so we can determine if he's absorbing, if he's not absorbing. We can determine what toxic minerals he has in him, okay, which of the nutritional minerals he's low in. All right, so let's go there. But in the meantime, let's get him on the enzyme system.
Okay, yeah, and the flora effects, which is basically helping him. Second question, and this is kind of like a product question. I've been taking the Rebound a lot, but I haven't had a lot of money to buy it a lot of it. So I found this alternate, which is this one, which is called Liquid IV, which is an alternative to, I can try to call it like a competitor to Rebound. but according to the products here, it has like, you know, almost like less than half of the nutrients that the Rebound has, including like potassium citrate, citric acid, and sulfur oxide. I wanted to get what your opinion was with something as like a competitor like the Liquid IV.
Well, as competitors that don't have 100 nutrients in there for their sports drink, I don't think much of them. Okay, just like Red Bull, they're the most purchased and most sold of the energy drinks and sports drink, but it only has one mineral. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it only has one mineral. We have 75 minerals, and so it's you know, people need to say, okay, you know, am I worth the extra $2 a day, or not $2 a day, $2 a month? Excuse me, $2 a month for the product. Why would I get a lesser product? It's kind of like you want the highest octane for your car by putting good gasoline in your car, and instead just say, "Ah, I'm not going to spend that money on gasoline. I'll just buy dirt from Texas. There's bound to be some oil in it and some gasoline in it because that's dirt from Texas." People take better care of their cars and they take better care of themselves. And so I don't, you know, I don't have much, what should I say, confidence in working with people who know about the top nutrients and they go with something less. Why are they giving themselves something less?
I guess it's probably because they want to find a cheap way out and not, you know,
Well, they'll find a cheap way out. Coffins are not expensive.
Oh, of course. And I mean with the Rebound and the pollen burst that I have over here, which is the regular one. I know it has a little bit of gluten in it, but the plus one, which I've been actually taking as well, it has been, you know, been a little bit of like, you know, an alternate to Rebound, but I mean, I just didn't really know.
Will wind up killing you.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yeah, so.
It's a cheap way to kill yourself. Eat gluten.
Okay, so if I may add, so the pollen burst is a great antioxidant type drink. If you add plant-derived minerals to it, then you're getting a nice electrolyte and antioxidant type drink. Now, you had mentioned that the other that you were talking about, you don't have to hold it up.
Oh, sorry.
It only has about half of the nutrition that Rebound has. Well, that in itself, you're paying half the amount, you're only getting half. So when you think about it, even if you were to do Rebound, half a stick a day, the one, you're going to be getting more than what you're getting in the other one. And you're going to be having it last twice as long. So you're getting what you're paid for when it comes to nutrition. You go cheap, you're going to get something that's not absorbable by the body. The body can't assimilate it, nor is it providing the nutrition that has been proven through Dr. Wallach's research and clinical applications to actually be beneficial for people. So I understand, and I was there myself, trying to get the most for my money and trying to do, you know, the cheap way around things, or a cheaper way. And I wasn't getting any better. But when I focused on the longevity products, and they're synergistically blended to work together. Everything started to work better together. Mm-hmm. So
that made a lot of sense.
I love the pollen burst. My experience, don't mix pollen burst and Rebound together, because man, if you want energy, you got it. A little more than what I wanted, but yeah. So happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you, everybody. I enjoyed it. And thanks, Dr. Wallach, for everything you do. You're the best. I'll keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And Dr. Wallach, let's go. Let's try to get back to Janet. So she was trying to unmute, and for some reason, where did she go? All right, Janet. Janet, can you unmute, please? You should be able to unmute, Janet. All right, let's go over to Sherry, Dr. Wallach. Sherry.
Hello, we have a couple of questions from our viewers. One is, one person has Dupuytren contracture. The hand goes like this. Is there anything that can be done about that?
Yes, well, due for Dupuytren's contracture, this could be due to the skull squeezing the spinal cord, and the nerves that come into that arm from the spinal cord, okay, are causing that contraction of those fingers, okay? So they need to use some CM cream topically on the back of the neck, okay? Get the swelling off that spinal cord. You need to get the book and the CD set. It's called What? It's on your head. And look at Dupuytren's contracture. It's also, it's a book and a CD. When you talk about squeezing the spinal cord, you want to ask him, has his voice changed? Does he have dizziness? Does he have ring in his ears? How many times does he wake up at night to urinate? Okay, this will give you a clue whether the constrictures in the spinal cord are in the other nerves, 12 cranial nerves, inside the skull. Okay, but he's got osteoporosis to the skull, squeezing the spinal cord, that's for sure. And so we do need to do, we do need to know, excuse me, we do need to know if he's lost any activity in speech. Has his voice changed? Does he have ring in his ears? Does he have balance problems? How many times does he wake up at night to urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times? All right, and so this will give us a clue. But in the meantime, do we have a weight on this guy?
We don't.
Okay, well, let's go by 100 pounds. Per 100 pounds, if he weighs 110, 120, I'd have him take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. I have a dose of everything twice a day. If he weighs 135 to 140 or above, I'd have him take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. A full dose of everything twice a day. He needs 2 bottles a month in either case. He needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, or dinner. They're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, including the skull. Very important here. And then we also want him to have our collagen peptides. He can take a scoop of that with his morning drink, scoop with his evening drink. And then I also want him to have our synaptive. He could take 2 or 3 of those twice a day, regardless of his weight. That's going to help his brain cells talk to the nerves, the cranial nerves and the spinal cord, all of which are formed in the brain, and help him rebuild the myelin and the white matter of the brain. Then he also needs our I-26. He could take 3 doses a day. They come in chewables. I like the chewables, the French vanilla. They also come in banana chocolate, or excuse me, banana coconut, okay? They also come in powder and also capsules. But he needs 2 or 3 doses a day of the I-26. He needs 2 doses a day of the synaptive to go along with all the other nutrients. And if he has pain in those fingers, usually they don't have, when you have the Dupuytren's contracture, that's a clue. Because if it was actually something going on in the joints, you'd have pain in that hand. If he doesn't complain about pain in that hand, it's all happening up here. Okay?
That's great. The second question is, what can I give my older brother who has severe tartar plaque of the teeth? I believe it's calcium deposits forming around his teeth, eating up his gums. Thank you.
Okay, well, again, he could have osteoporosis of the skull. As the skull shrinks, the gums don't have anything to sit on. And so stuff gets in between the gums and the bones. The gum should be like an elastic band, right up against that jawbone and up in the skull. And so this could be an osteoporosis of the skull issue. Okay. And so again, a hair analysis will be useful here. Find out what's going on. If he's absorbing minerals, does he have enough minerals? That's a way of telling for sure. But in the meantime, per 100 pounds body weight, he needs 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. So if he weighs 135, 140, 150 pounds or more, he needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full everything twice a day. He also needs to have, let's see here. I apologize, does he have skin issues also?
Pardon me, say that again, Doc.
Does he have skin problems?
It doesn't say, that's all it says.
Okay. Okay, anything else you'd like to throw in there, Becca?
Well, Dr. Wallach, one thing that I have had people have great results in is taking the plain plant drive minerals and just swishing with it, using it to swish through their teeth and hold it before swallowing. If there's things that need other minerals or like trace minerals to be absorbed, it helps to break that down and allow better absorption as well.
Okay, yeah. Well, you have to appreciate if one part of your body needs more trace minerals, every part of your body is missing them. Okay, it's just one area is going to show up first. It's the most active area. Is it a joint? Is it your liver? Is it your lungs? I mean, is it your heart? What's the most active part of your body? Is it your skin? And it varies from person to person, their activity and their jobs and so forth. Okay.
Well, and also that plaque could be because of the acid that's coming up from the stomach, Dr. Wallach. If it's not allowing, or if it's not balanced and it's causing that plaque buildup on the teeth, that could be part of it. There's a lot that could play in here, but making sure the foundation of the nutrition is getting there, making sure, of course, good hygiene on your part when it comes to brushing your teeth is going to play a factor into that, and making sure that you're using a toothpaste that is not adding more toxins to your body, which Longevity has 2 different toothpastes that are available that are health promoting rather than adding more toxicity to the body. Sherry, did you have another question?
That is all. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. And Dr. Wallach, I have the question from Janet. She says she's been trying to unmute, but for some reason it's not letting her. It is a veterinarian question, Doc, so put your vet hat on. She has a client that has a horse whose hocks are starting to drop, and they're telling her if it continues, they'll have to put him down. So Dr. Wallach, what would cause a horse's hocks to drop, and what would you do to help stop it?
It could be anything from osteoporosis of the skull, osteoporosis, simple osteoporosis / arthritis. So here's where the bloomin' minerals come in. Okay, get a trace mineral salt block, cover it all around the sides and on the top with the bloomin' mineral granules, and get those into that horse, get more minerals into that horse, and get him off of wheat, because the gluten may not be absorbing nutrients, because if he's eating wheat hay and wheat grain as a reward and all that kind of stuff, he's not absorbing nutrition.
Well, oats are very common in the horse raising, Dr. Wallach.
And oats also have gluten in them. Can't eat oats. No wheat, butter, or oats.
So that sweet feed that they may be given as part of their daily intake would be contributing to
the problem. Malabsorption. That's correct.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And we have time for one more question. We have a hand up. TC, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, Doc. Hello, Beck. Thanks for all you're doing, the help you're giving. Now, what I wanted to say is, yeah, I have the supplements that you told me to take for my hernia. I have the collagen peptides and all that you mentioned. Now, when I start something for the first time, I like to start with the smallest dosage. So I've tried everything. Everything seemed to be okay. But when I took the daily classic tablet, I took that with food, like you said. But what it did for the first half hour, it gave me nice, it eased my bowel distension. The hernia was nice and flat. But then I started getting a slight skin flush and my heart picked up pace. It was going like 120 a minute. Okay, so I'm wondering what might have been in that. I know there's some cysteine in there, and I've had an aversion to that.
The whole purpose of the Ultimate Daily Classic is to support healthy blood flow and to blocked arteries in the brain and the heart and the kidneys and the lungs and muscles and every place, okay, and also support healthy blood pressure, okay? And so if you think there's too much response, just cut the dose.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Was
that? If you feel there's too much response, cut the dose, cut it in half.
Okay. Okay, but all I did was I just took one tablet. And
They have a tablet.
Well, these are they're capsules, aren't they?
The Ultimate Daily Classic are not capsules. It's a tablet.
Oh, they're tablets. Okay.
Yeah. So, and if I may add, Dr. Wallach, when you feel that flush, that just means the niacin's working, folks. It's open up those arteries, those capillaries, and allowing the blood through. It doesn't last long. But that is one sign that you're getting something that is actually doing something in the body and allowing things to work. So Dr. Wallach, I have one more quick question. Okay, we have a male that's 5'9.5", 71 years old, 180 pounds. He has diabetes, blood pressure, and has stents in his heart. So what would you recommend for somebody that's got blood sugar issues, heart issue?
Okay, none of the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water. And then at let's see here, the weight I got is 180.
Correct.
100, something like that. 181, 180, whatever it is. Okay,
5'9".
right here. Okay. He needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose everything twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. For the high blood pressure issues and the heart issues, circulation issues, he needs 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, take 3 twice a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. That's going to support and promote healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in the brain and the heart and the kidneys and other tissues around the body. Then also, if he has diabetes, he's get 2 bottles a month of our sweeties, take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. In both cases, high blood pressure and the diabetes. Do not cold turkey off the medication, but as the blood pressure begins to come down, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. As your blood sugar begins to come down, you can slowly reduce the amount of your insulin, whatever it is you're taking, okay, based on the numbers. Don't just cold turkey off it when you start a program. Okay, so it's a process. It'll take a couple of weeks to a month or so to be able to make the complete changeover. And then give us a call, because there's a lot of people out there that have blood pressure issues and diabetes issues. These are both nutritional deficient diseases. They're not genetic, not autoimmune. And the doctors always give symptom relief. They always give symptom relief. They rarely, if ever, give what you need to get rid of the disease. Okay. And so there you go.
I know that you have to go.
Yep.
We do have Charlotte that would like to give a quick little, I'm not going to send you out yet, but I'll take you off the screen so you can hear this as you are getting ready. Charlotte, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Am I unmuted?
You're with us.
Wonderful. I just wanted to let you know, Doctor, I called in on radio, and I'm sorry, my camera's way down there. There we go. And it's so funny because my husband had difficulty with his voice for 3 years, where he could not sing or anything. He's lost it literally 3 times, where not speaking for 14 days, not one single word. We went to an ENT and they stuck a camera down his throat, and they're like, there's nothing wrong with it. So we did the 90 days with the 90 essentials, and his voice was still very weak. And so I called into Doc and I said, what's up? And he says, ringing of the ears. I go, no. Dizziness, no. Swallowing problems, maybe a boiled egg. And he says, I think his spine is being pinched. So I went downstairs and I said to my daughter, when's the last time we've had our necks adjusted? And she says it was 3 years, because our brother was still living with us and he's moved out now. And I go, well, isn't that coincidence? 3 years and 3 years. And so I talked to another friend, and she said, I got a chiropractor, lives close, and he does neck adjustments. So he took an x-ray of my husband's neck and showed exactly where the vertebrae have a lot of space in the top, right where the throat vocal cords are, they're being pinched. And so he did a neck adjustment. Within 2 hours, my husband's being able to talk and breathe better and everything. And it's just like, we're just blown away, just totally blown away. He's actually been able to sing on our worship for the last 3 weeks, which he's not done in 3 years.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful. Thank you
And my
so much.
My aunt is, oh my goodness, girls, I'm so excited. I gotta wait for another. My aunt is on minerals for 1 week, and she's walking now. They had her in a wheelchair, and they were going to do an MRI on her next month and do back surgery, and they've canceled the MRI. 10 days. 10 days. I'm just like,
Following Dr. Wallach's recommendations, folks, people are actually getting results. So thank you, Charlotte. I had somebody, one of my co-hosts reach out and said, hey, Charlotte has a praise report. And I'm like, let's fit it in. So I didn't know it was coming, but we thank you so much for being on and sharing that with us, because folks, it's things like Charlotte and what people in her family are experiencing with the praise reports. This is their own personal testimony where they have followed Dr. Wallach and his recommendations, and they're getting positive results. Even little things, little bits at a time, add up to big things, folks. That's what we're here for with Daily with Doc. Now, the content of this program was for educational purposes only. It was not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor are our products meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any different disease, folks. But the doctor that we have with us, he has sued that FDA 8 times and won, and given us the ability to say specific things. But most importantly, getting nutrients that were missing, that were causing even sudden infant death syndrome, folks, getting those nutrients put into baby formula, into prenatal vitamins with the folate, another thing that was causing a lot of developmental issues that Dr. Wallach and his attorney, Jonathan Emord, were very instrumental in fighting to get those nutrients in our prenatal vitamins and also the baby formulas. But folks, we can start long before those babies are even thought of, starting with our children that are already born, getting the nutrition in them. That's how we are going to build bigger, stronger, healthier communities around the world. If you have a passion like I do and you'd like to join us on this crusade, please go to coachwithbecca.com. You'll find information about our certified holistic health coach course that you can get signed up with, learn about deeper into what we go into the show, but learn about those 4 areas of health, how they're affected by nutritional deficiencies, and how we are able to use longevity as a solution, because it's proven time and time again that when you give your body the nutrients that it is starving for, the body can do some amazing things. If I can get my co-hosts on with me, and as they're coming up, I also invite you to dailywithdoc.com. If you have never ever spoken to anybody about longevity or the products, or you were not referred to anybody to watch this program, please come and visit us on dailywithdoc.com. If you have questions, or if you would like to speak with a certified holistic health coach and find out exactly what is recommended based on Dr. Wallach's research, it's not us saying, oh, you should do this. We all have experience with the products. We know how they work within the body, but the foundation comes from Dr. Wallach's research. We invite you to go to our website, dailywithdoc.com, use that contact us, send us an email. If you don't want to wait for a return email and you want to speak to somebody sooner, we do have a call team with some of the people that are here on the screen with me, 855-949-3377. That's 855-949-3377. Now, I know we had something going on with our chat today. We will figure out that. If you have questions and we did not get to them today, make sure that you go to dailywithdoc.com. Let us know if you're working with somebody so we can help you, the person that you're working with, get the information that you need also to help you on your health journey. And then we can also have that question asked on the air with us. I want to do a huge thank you for my team. You know, this is just a handful of my team. We've got Sherry, who's helping field questions from all the different platforms from inside the Zoom room also, and letting people in and watching cameras. Thank you, Sherry. We have Marilyn. She's got magic fingers as she's doing the dictation, which is probably one of the biggest advantages of being here in the Zoom with us Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time, because she is taking what Dr. Wallach recommends and typing it out, putting it in the chat so that you can do a screenshot and then take it to your coach and say, okay, this is what Dr. Wallach recommended, either for myself or for somebody who has symptoms that are similar to yours. That's Marilyn. We have Coach Rod, who's helping with monitor all of the different platforms as well, helping bring this awareness on the benefits of products. And we can't link any product to specific conditions, but folks, the body's able to use these products, and that's where the results come from. So Rod, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and helping with the social media aspect and keeping that communications out there going as well. And then we have the man that saved me, because yesterday we had major technical difficulties, folks. And Dr. Wallach had some issues, and then I had some issues whenever we found out that my camera wasn't even working. And AJ was able to help me figure that out and get that rolling again. Yes, the man behind you, sir. So folks, if you've got skills that you would like to use in a community that is helping others in a much bigger way than what you yourself can do, we do work together as a community to bring this program to you, to bring Dr. Wallach as a resource, and to bring nutrition and wellness around the world. If that's something that you want to get involved in, make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. Again, if there was nobody to thank, go to dailywithdoc.com, use that contact us, and let us know that you want to be involved. My name is Becca Dukes, and we will see you again tomorrow. We're scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. And then our live Zooms are going to be taking a break while Dr. Wallach and I go on the road and do some traveling until September 11th. We will be back and we will see you then. But AJ and my crew, Ruth Ellen, who's not here with us, and Rod, they're also going to be helping with running some replays. So if you have a favorite show that you would like to see again, or know that there's information that would help somebody, go again to our website, dailywithdoc.com, use that contact us, and let us know what date a show ran that is your favorite show, and we'll get it back on the air as a replay to help more people. So we appreciate you so very much, and even have a giveaway. So if you would like to be instrumental in our sharing of the message, we want to be instrumental in thanking you for doing that. Go to DWD giveaway. I want to get away, but we're giveaway. So DWDgiveaway.com, and make sure that you sign up for our giveaway. So this is something that will be ongoing. But we're going to be doing monthly drawings for free product of things that Dr. Wallach mentions on our program. So until next time, bye for now.
Recording